Hi, it's Dr. Parikh, and you made it. This is the last video of the semester. Um, and this one talks about how do you transfer skills from this class to future classes. I've already talked about taking feedback, but I want to take a minute to remind you a few things. Number one, Blackboard courses tend to go away after the semester is over. So all of these templates and outlines and guides and supports that I've made available, I would download as many of them as you can and save them. I would also make sure you have saved copies of the work you did so that you can use it as a reference in the future. I am toying with the idea of making a sort of a central Dropbox folder that you can access all of these templates and resources. And that's partly so I can share it with other faculty members who might want to make it available in their courses. But just in case, it's good to make sure that you have copies saved of the most important things. Check when you take a class with another professor, know a few things. Know that they might have somewhat different expectations than I do. I make things really, really clear so that I make each paragraph really specific because I want to be able to grade really consistently. I want to be able to give consistent feedback. And so I do it the way I want to see it, and I tell you that sort of in stone. But not all of them are, so the APA style, things like headings and spacing, that's all standard. But a lot of the things that I do in my templates is not super standard. Not everyone likes the same kind of roadmap paragraph that I do. Not everyone will expect the discussion summary paragraph to be exactly the same. So pay attention. And you can even ask professors directly, what do you expect the first paragraph to be like? And you can also, I know I've heard from other professors before that students worry that they're cheating somehow if they're still using my templates when they write papers. The professors I've talked to so far, everybody kind of says, I don't really care. I like it because then you do it right. You get your spacing and your headings right, and your bolds and all of that. Most of us don't really care how you get there as long as you are somehow doing the work yourself. And so when you're using the template, you've done the work of keeping the template and doing it. We care much, much more about whether you're doing the writing yourself and doing that new for every course. So you can't just use all the same articles to write a paper for another course. That's not going to go so well. But using the same template or even using the papers you wrote for this course as your starting point for the formatting, I don't know that anybody's going to have a problem with that. And if you're not sure, you can always ask them. So be aware that everybody's a little different. Even things like the methods section. Participants, materials, or measures and procedures, those are all fairly standard, but you've seen your articles. You've seen that not everybody follows that. Especially when you get to experimental psych, follow whatever your professor wants you to do. Other things like avoiding bias, using topic sentences, how to edit your paper, that you can certainly plug into any paper you do going forward. And I've already talked about how it can affect any kind of writing that you do. Even with emails, things like topic sentences help people. This course was really designed to be helpful. It was designed to prepare you for for continuing to write papers in psychology classes, including every 300 and 400 level class should include an 8 to 10 reference or 8 to 10 page, something like that, paper, APA style literature review, or sometimes professors will do research proposals for those. Experimental psych, you'll definitely be writing a research proposal. And so this is meant to be really foundational. And I love getting to take an entire semester focused just on writing. So I'm glad I've been able to do that with you this semester. I hope the experience has been helpful for you. I'm sure it wasn't always easy, but I hope that you feel like you've gained a lot from it. Students who've taken the class with me typically say that they feel like they grew a lot and that they have already started using this to help them in their other classes, including non-psychology classes. I think almost everything in this course can be applied, but do know that every professor has slightly different expectations. Also, some people are going to be really focused on getting your APA style correctly. Other people aren't going to care as much about whether your reference list is perfect. Always look at rubrics to get that information. For example, Even when you do 300 and 400 level classes with me, I use a very different rubric for those. I do look at APA style, but it's more minor, especially because a lot of non-psych majors will take 300 and 400 level psych classes, and I want to give them a fighting chance. But also at that point, the focus is on the content and the way you've combined ideas. In this class, this writing and psych class, the focus is just as much on APA style as it is on you integrating ideas from different articles. That's how I approach the class. So always look at the rubric, talk with the professor, save your resources, and take as much of it as you can. Thanks. Bye.